Welcome to New Orleans, one of America's most iconic cities. And of course, we're taking the train to get there. But not just any train, the brand new AMTRAK Mardi Gras service. So come along with me as we explore it and see what else is going on in New Orleans. I'm James, this is Epic Girl Adventures. Let's get started.
Our journey begins early in Mobile, Alabama, ahead of the 6:30 a.m. departure to New Orleans. The current temporary platform is in place until the service can really prove itself, and then a more permanent station and platform will be built. The new service currently consists of an Amfleet 1 business cafe car as well as two Amfleet 2 coaches. These coaches are more geared towards long distance, so they will be super spacious and very comfortable. The station is also ADA accessible with ramps and a wheelchair lift to get onto the cars if needed. There is a small covered area with benches, and for a temporary station, it's really not that bad. Hopefully a more permanent one will come soon. Boarding begins and we make our way onto the train. We are sitting in business class today, although we will look at coach soon. Passing through the cafe, our seats present themselves just past the counter. Business class on this train is very limited, and unlike others, it is open seating. That means you can't choose your seat ahead of time, so it is first come, first serve. Once we find a good spot, we settle in. Business class is very spacious and super comfortable. These seats are wide and offer an armrest with cup holders. Of course, you have your tray table in front of you, unless you're in the front row. Those seats just won't have a table. The footrest is nice, and it's adjustable to make you as comfortable as possible no matter how long your legs are. Speaking of, the legroom is absolutely amazing. No matter how tall you are not going to have an issue in these seats. The best part is this big window to watch everything go past you. Our train pulls out of the station right on time at 6:30, and we are New Orleans bound. You can see the original platform sitting next to the train. Watching the sunrise over the Mobile River adds an amazing backdrop to the start of our journey. Just moments after leaving the station, we pass the SS United States. This is a 1950s ocean liner that broke the transatlantic speed record on its maiden voyage in 1952. It's currently being stripped down to be sunk as an artificial reef. It was super cool getting to see this monument of history from the train while it's still here. Once we were out of Mobile, we passed through some small towns approaching the Gulf Coast, and that means it's time to head to the cafe car and try some of the Mardi Gras service specials. All of the items with the fleur-de-lis next to them are only available on this train. I decided to try two of the new items.
Do muffuletta, you have them hopefully. Muffuletta and pralines.
I decided to try two of the exclusive items. It's not too often Amtrak has cafe items exclusive to a route, especially a new one. The muffuletta looks really good, and I am very excited to try it.
Now once we get to New Orleans proper, we'll try a real muffuletta and see how it compares. I don't really have a baseline. This is the first one I've ever had. And of course, we had to get the pralines. You gotta try all the stuff on the Mardi Gras service. It's just a little bit too early for a hurricane, but we'll get there too. It's not bad. I actually kind of enjoy it. It's a little heavy on the olives for me. I'm not the biggest fan of olives, but it comes through pretty good. And for an Amtrak sandwich, it's one of the better ones that I've had. So, good job, Amtrak. The pralines, though, super sweet. So, I would avoid those if you're trying to avoid sweets. It just tastes like pure sugar to me.
After our breakfast, we pull into our first station right on time, Pascagoula, Mississippi. It's a cute little town, and although the old station building is no longer an active one, it is being rebuilt into a brewery. It actually supplies one of the beers on this train. Even though it won't be for Amtrak passengers, it's nice to see these historic stations get a new life instead of being torn down. Pulling out, we catch our first glimpse of the Gulf. Well, kind of. It's the bay, but hey, it's pretty close. This is where you will really want to know what side of the train to sit on. Both sides offer stunning views, but the south side will have a slightly better view through Mississippi. If you're coming from Mobile, this will be the left of the train. If you're coming from New Orleans, you guessed it, it's the right side. Of course, no matter which you choose, the views are going to be magnificent throughout. A little further down the coast, we enter into our first bayou, the calm water being interrupted with a few ripples coming from animals retreating to the water as the train passes by. It's crazy to think that this is the first passenger train to operate on these rails in over 20 years. In 2005, when Hurricane Katrina came through, it devastated the area and wiped out the tracks. The Sunset Limited that used to run through here discontinued service after New Orleans. Prior to that, the last dedicated service that ran from Mobile to New Orleans was in 1997. Talk about a comeback. There were so many people using the train, not only to get to New Orleans, but to just get around the Gulf Coast. Many of these towns have been super excited to see the return of Amtrak. There's already been talks of extending the line past Mobile, but only time will tell if that happens. Pulling into Biloxi, there were actually a good amount of people getting on and off the train. Of course, there was another temporary style platform on top of the original one, but it does show Amtrak's willingness to invest in these areas once the train truly proves itself.
And that was Biloxi. We actually arrived almost 10 minutes early to that station, so we just kind of stayed there and hung out for a little while until it was time to leave. The Mardi Gras service is doing a great job staying on time, and I love to see that. We'll be hitting New Orleans soon though, so let's see what else there is to see on the train before we get there.
And up first is Coach. As we said before, Coach on the Mardi Gras service currently uses the Amfleet 2s found on the long distance trains and has seats split between forward and rear facing.
Coach on the Mardi Gras with the Amfleet 2s is, well, almost better than business class, honestly. I don't know why you would choose business over coach, other than for free drinks. That's really the only perk. Free unlimited soft drinks, but it's just included in your ticket price. You are paying more for it. And unless you drink a lot of soda, it's just not going to be worth it. Definitely stick with Coach. If they're going to be using the Amfleet 2s for the rest of the service, these are super comfortable because they're designed for long distance service, so A+ Amtrak. A+.
Taking a seat, you can see just how much space you really have. The windows are slightly bigger than up in business too. You have your recline and leg rest controls right next to you as you would expect. There's also 2 power outlets for you to charge up before you get there or on your way back. Looking across the aisle, you can see just how far these seats recline to help you relax during your trip. There is plenty of storage overhead for anything you bring as well. These coaches really do have it all, especially when it comes to legroom.
Well, what's an Epic Rail Adventures video without a bathroom tour? Let's see what the bathroom's like in business class on the Mardi Gras. It's pretty good. No complaints. Nice and wide seat. And the water works pretty good, so I'd say A+. What about Coach? The regular bathrooms in the Amfleet 2 are great and spacious, and there's plenty of room to move around. You wouldn't even know this wasn't accessible, other than it is a little tight. The other bathroom, the accessible, looks just like the one in business class, so not too much more to see. Nice and spacious.
Now, let's head back to our seat and talk about the one problem.
So one of the downsides to business class is that train horn. You are at the front of the train when you're heading from Mobile to New Orleans, so if you're trying to get some shut-eye, probably not a great idea to actually take business class, because that horn is loud, and there are a lot of crossings on this route. So you're not really going to have a whole lot of time where there is no horn. So you might actually want to choose coach if you want to guarantee a far spot away from that. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, especially the deep dives that we do into Amtrak, make sure to leave a like or even subscribe. It's completely free and it really helps me out. If you want to help me out even more, you could always become a member. You don't have to, but you do get early access to videos, as well as you get to see some of the behind the scenes and some of the other stuff. So, it's up to you, but hey, you don't have to. I appreciate you being here. Thank you.
No, really, thank you. Without you, none of this would be possible. Your support really does mean a lot, and it allows me to keep doing this. The train has been great so far, staying on time and getting to see a route that no passengers have seen for so long. I know I've enjoyed myself. While I was talking to other passengers, I met someone in the cafe car who took this train to complete his list of Amtrak journeys. He has ridden every single mile that they operate, and this new service was all that was left. I hope to follow in his shoes, and of course, you'll be coming right along with me on all of those journeys. Crossing Bay St. Louis though, we approach our final station before New Orleans. This town was the biggest exchange of passengers getting on and off. There were still so many people excited to see the train come through. It was a unique experience being one of the first passengers to take this route. From here, there's just over an hour left, but still plenty to see. The Louisiana border isn't far from that station, and the swamps just keep on coming. It really is such a different atmosphere than you get on most other trains, and the landscape in the Gulf Coast is so unique.
As we approach New Orleans, our train journey is coming to an end, but our adventure is far from over. We have a lot of cool things that I want to do, and a few places on my must-see list that have to be checked off, so let's go do that.
But before we do, we need to pull into the station first. On our way, we pass the famous mausoleums. Seeing as New Orleans is below sea level, it makes digging pretty difficult. These were absolute works of art in my eyes, and a great way to honor those who came before us. We pass by the shops, and finally we come up to the platform. There, the city of New Orleans is getting ready for its afternoon departure up to Chicago. I look forward to riding it sometime, and of course, you're going to be coming with me. If you want to see what it's like on a sleeper train, I've done a few different trips so far. The links to all of those will be down below. We come to a stop, and it's finally time to get off the train and go explore.
And we made it to New Orleans Union Station on the Mardi Gras service. But there is still so much to do. After all, this is Epic Rail Adventures, so we need to go check out and see what New Orleans is all about, and get some of those famous beignets that I've heard about. So come on, let's go. Come on, no, really, let's go, come on.
So let's jump on board the streetcars and see what they're all about.
So these old cars actually aren't old at all. They're practically new. They were built from the ground up here in New Orleans, specifically for these lines, but they look like the originals to keep their heritage. The other line does have all the original cars on it, as well as just some really cool old stuff, so we will check those out. But this is what we got right now, and these are really cool. And the really nice part about these modern cars that were built in New Orleans is they have air conditioning. The original St. Charles route does not have AC, but the rest of them that run up and down Canal Street do. And on a day like today where it is 95 degrees, oh, I'm sure happy they have it.
We'll take this streetcar all the way to the end before jumping on the other line.
And we're almost to where we want to go. The 49 Riverfront Station is right here, and oh, here comes the train. Come on, hurry up, let's go. We're almost there, I promise.
Streetcars really are one of the best ways to get around town, although I might be a little biased. It's a quick and easy ride over to Bourbon Street, and we'll jump off and head over to the cafe.
We're definitely in New Orleans now.
And here it is, the world-famous Café du Monde.
I'll just do an iced coffee and an order of beignets. Perfect. It's too hot for a hot coffee. It's like 90 degrees outside. And even though we're in the cover and the shade over here, it's just too hot. I can't do it.
The coffee and beignets came out super quick.
These beignets are nice and hot and look amazing. And that's what it's all about. Oh, that's good. Deal with this later. So that was delicious, but what about the coffee? I know, it's iced coffee. I'm sorry. It's just too hot. Okay, now that's good. I'm always a cream and sugar guy, but the way they serve it, perfect. Just sweet enough. 10 out of 10. I gotta come back here.
After that sweet treat, I think it's time to try the sandwich that started right here in New Orleans in this very store.
We made it to Central Grocery, the home of the original muffuletta. And it's a big sandwich. This is half of a half, so I'm definitely taking some of this home. But let's see how it compares to the one on Amtrak. You know, this is a lot better than the one on Amtrak. I'm sure that comes as no surprise. The bread is just so good. Binging with Babish, if you happen to watch him, recently came here again and said that the bread has changed and the sandwich went from a solid 6 to pretty much a 9 to a 10. And again, I'm not a huge fan of olives, but I have to agree, this is amazing. The other half is definitely coming home with me, so yeah. I'm gonna keep eating this. You can watch the rest of the video now. And now that we've had the original muffuletta, there's only one thing left to do. Stop and stare at the bubbles. Like, isn't that just so much fun? Just look at all the bubbles. No, but we need to head to Bourbon Street before we get out of here, because that's really the only other thing left to do. So come on, let's go to Bourbon Street. This is gonna be awesome.
Sadly, being the middle of the day, there really wasn't much going on. Just lots of storefronts and empty balconies. I didn't even get any beads, and believe me, I was very disappointed in that. With the limited time I had in the city, I missed so much, and I wish I could have stayed, but my plans got pretty messed up due to a flight that was 18 hours late. But that's a story for another time. We did wind up grabbing a quick ride on the St. Charles line to round out the trip. It's awesome seeing these 1920s era streetcars still in service today. They've been given some updates over the years, such as the lighting and the information boards, but that's about it. Like I said before, these have no air conditioning, so on a hot day like today, it gets a little stuffy in here. And unfortunately with that, our video comes to a close. We made it to New Orleans on the AMTRAK Mardi Gras service. We went to Bourbon Street. We had the world famous beignets and coffee at Café du Monde, and we even had the original muffuletta. It's been an adventure, an epic adventure. And of course we took a train, because that's what we do here. So if you liked it, again, you should totally subscribe. It's free, like I promise, it's free. And it really helps me out. And it means you'll get to see me next time, because there's plenty more adventures like this to come, so. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you next time on the rails for another epic adventure. And you know, if you like that video, you should check this one out. This one's really cool too, I promise. And if it's not, the next one will be.
And if that's not, well, I'm sorry. Why are you still here? Click that video, check it out. Okay, bye. Oh my God, I actually remembered to turn the microphone on this time. Good job, James, good job.